Welcome to Who Weekly, the podcast where you'll learn everything you need to know about all the celebrities you don't. I'm Bobby Finger.
I'm Lindsay Weber.
And this is Who's There for episode 28. We got a lot of good calls this week. How's everyone's week going? How's your week going, Lindsay? Even though we just recorded the other one.
It's still great.
How do you think this week has gone for you?
If I had to guess, I would say it's going pretty good. But that's just a guess. I don't know. It could be going awful.
So it's going very Bella Thorne for you because things are always going so well for her.
Wow. Yeah, I guess.
Let's just get to the calls because there are a lot.
You or Jayla?
Yo, they wanna know.
Hey,
Mia.
hey,
Mia.
Come on.
hey. I want to be famous.
I guess we're going to begin with...
The first one is directly for you, so let's play it. Let's see what you have to say about this.
Hi, Who Weekly. I am Ashley from Chicago, and I love your podcast. I listen to it every Monday. Thursday, we love it here in Chicago, but I want to know, why is Jesse Tyler Ferguson Bobby's nemesis? I don't know if I missed that from an earlier podcast, or if he's never talked about it. So I've watched Modern Family. Not the best show ever, but I'd love to know why Bobby thinks that Jesse is his nemesis. So please tell me. And Chicago loves you. Good night. Bye.
I love Chicago.
I've never been to Chicago. Fun fact.
Oh my God, it is so great. We should just go to Chicago for the excuse of you going to Chicago. It's so fun.
Never been to Chicago. The answer to this caller, and there were other callers who had the same question, the answer to this question is a pathetic and sad one. And I think Lindsay referred to it as dark earlier when I was talking about it.
I mean, I just feel like your reasoning is understandable, as many people don't like other people for reasons they can't explain.
Sure. Well, hatred is rational. It's my hatred for Jesse Tyler Ferguson is irrational. Calling him a nemesis
Why is he your nemesis?
Wrong. So calling him a nemesis was wrong because it gives me a lot of credit. You can't be someone's nemesis unless you know them, unless you have some sort of personal connection to them, and I do not. Who am I kidding? I don't know him. I don't know famous people. I'm in no way connected to this guy in any way. Our social circles do not overlap. There's nothing there. I just don't like him. I think he's not funny. I don't think he's a good actor, and I am always, this is, we're going into psychoanalysis territory here, but it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for you to be a successful gay male celebrity, and for me to be a huge fan right off the bat. You have to earn it, and Jesse Tyler Ferguson has not earned it.
What does he have to do to earn your respect and admiration, Bobby?
Okay, here's an example, Lindsay.
Okay.
He was on an episode of, not even episode, he was on Facebook Live with Martha Stewart a number of weeks ago.
Episode of Facebook Live with Martha Stewart,
He was on an episode of Facebook Live of
the best show
Martha
on the internet, honestly, to be fair.
And Martha, he was trying to match Martha's skill level, and Martha was not having it. He was cooking alongside Martha. I will link it in on Twitter and in the newsletter, I guess. Martha, you could tell Martha did not like this guy, and that he was chosen without Martha's input. It was like, give me someone who's famous, who's promoting something, and he was promoting his new one-man show, which is already a red flag. If you have a one-man show on Broadway, I don't like it. So he was promoting that, and he kept trying to make jokes, and Martha was not laughing at them. And Martha would ask him, well, what do you do for I feel like they were making cookies. And then he would give answers, and Martha would tell him that he was wrong. And I was like, you know what? If you had gone on here and held your own and at least been respectful of Martha and not tried to one-up Martha in her own house, I would have given you a pass, but he didn't. And I don't like him for that.
I gotta say, I think I know why he's your nemesis, because you feel like you could go on Martha and really do a good job, and he squandered his
because I would
chance.
be respectful. I would be respectful, and he was not respectful. He has to be the funniest person in the room at all times. And if you are, or the most, all eyes have to be on him. And if you're with Martha, you are not second fiddle, you are 11th fiddle. You do not matter. So
yeah, the only people that matter to Martha are her dogs, and then below them are produce, and then below produce is you. You're
Yes.
below the produce.
Yeah, you're below the fertilizer for the produce. Which is coffee grounds. She has Martha Stewart Cafe in her in her office building in Manhattan, and they have a cafe just for people who work in the building. And I was watching her Facebook Live this week. She made a blueberry crisp. It was really good. I made it at home, and it was like not quite as good as I wanted it to be, but I fucked up the topping. Anyway, so she was talking about how she takes the coffee grounds from Martha Stewart Cafe every day and takes them home and puts them on her plants.
Welcome, everyone, to the Martha Stewart Cafe in the lobby of the Starrett Lehigh building at 601 West 26th Street.
I mean, of course she does.
Yeah, it's great. And Bedford.
Of course she does.
Okay, look, I just spent how many minutes? 5 minutes talking about Jesse Tyler Ferguson. He deserves 10 seconds.
I mean, I wanted you, and so did our listeners, the 3 that called in to ask about this, wanted you to work through this thing and really get to the bottom of why you and Jesse Tyler Ferguson are nemesis. But you know what? I feel like we really got there, and I respect it.
Yeah, we got there.
So you know what? Fuck him, and let's move on.
Where?
In Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. You can grow rhubarb there.
Can I?
Yes.
I do find that actually my friend Padma came and she was picking some stuff in the garden. She told me I didn't have enough hunk in my soil. Does that mean like manure?
Yep.
Okay.
Compost.
Why don't you send me over some of that horse manure?
Well, you can if you want to.
FedEx
Rent
it.
a trailer and drive out to the West Coast.
That's all I want. That's
Have you
gonna be
ever
my
done
Christmas
that?
present. No, I haven't.
Oh. We should do that sometime.
I bet I could find
I have
some.
a question from
LA.
another Cindy that would like to know, is there a healthier flour that would work like white flour?
Not really for this kind of pastry. It's the unbleached white flour that really makes the finest this kind of pâte frisée. This recipe is a plain pâte frisée.
I always try to substitute. Well, I've tried. It never really worked. But coconut sugar.
Oh.
It's not the same.
No, but that's a different taste.
I know, Mark.
Next call.
Hey guys, it's Hannah in San Francisco, longtime listener, first time caller. Just want to know, who is Charlotte McKinney and why do I always see her on the Daily Mail Snapchat feed every day? She just seems to be out and about constantly, so any light you could shed would be much appreciated. Thank you. And good form, Bella Thorne.
Good form, Bella Thorne. And who is Charlotte McKinney? This isn't long because the answer to this is she's a model. Her kind of history of existing is that she's a model. She's from Orlando, Florida, so she's not British. But the Daily Mail.
I love that she's from Orlando. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Daily Mail is obsessed with her because she's beautiful. And people said that she was going to be the next Kate Upton because she was like has big boobs or whatever, and is blonde. And she was in this viral Carl Jr.'s burger commercial.
Oh, she was in a Carl's Jr. commercial?
Yes, and she was on Dancing with the Stars. She got eliminated in 11th place, so she wasn't that good of a dancer, as she is a model, because the Daily Mail is like horny for her every day of their lives. Sample Charlotte McKinney headlines include... Baywatch babe Charlotte McKinney shows off her ample bust and long legs in a tiny strapless dress for a night at Soho House. And there she is.
So she's going to be in the new Baywatch movie?
I don't even know that to be true because it doesn't say that on her Wikipedia. So I don't see the proof. Can you find the proof?
I'm looking up her IMDb.
She appeared as
She's
Missy.
in the Baywatch movie. She's in the Baywatch movie. Yeah.
She was also in Joe Dirt 2. So she is qualified.
Oh, Joe Dirt 2 was the movie that premiered on Crackle, the whoiest streaming TV network.
Another headline you might recognize someone else from is "What a lovely pair." Busty Charlotte McKinney teams up with Hailey Baldwin as they showcase their curves in denim at launch. What is the launch? Of what? It was a spaceship to Mars. Just kidding. It wasn't a spaceship. It was a Guess jeans line. So no one's going to space.
Oh, she was in the Carl's Jr. ad where she walks through and she looks naked the whole time, but then you find out she had some sort of tube top on.
You know,
her boobs are enormous. Oh my God.
Nothing between me and my 100% all natural, juicy, grass-fed beef.
Yeah, next call, please.
Hey, Weekly. I would like to know, now that Pokemon Go has taken over the world, which Pokemon are them? I mean, obviously Pikachu is a them, like, you can't debate that. But, like, is Jigglypuff a them? Is Charizard a them? Okay, just let me know. Bye.
I really like this question. And Lindsay, have you been playing Pokemon Go?
Yeah, off and on I have been playing Pokemon Go.
I feel like I might be in a good position to answer this question because I am have been familiar with Pokemon for a long time, but I never played it. And so I was aware of things, and I'm gonna give you answers from me, someone who's been aware of it for probably over 10 years. How long has it been around? Probably almost 15 years, maybe more. Anyway.
I love that you went
Pokemon,
through your qualifications to answer this question as if I asked for them. Continue.
Pokemon that have been famous, that have been top of mind for me when I think of Pokemon. I think of Pikachu, number one, obviously. Then I think there's Charizard, because growing up, I remember Charizard was the card that everyone wanted, that it was rare. Mewtwo. No, you know Mewtwo.
You do, but Mewtwo is not of them.
Okay,
Pokemon.
Well, Jigglypuff for sure.
Jigglypuff, maybe, yeah.
Everyone knows Jigglypuff because he's in the games. You don't have to play Pokemon. You could play the other games and he's in them, like Smash Brothers and stuff.
I mean, I just think it's Pikachu or bust. I really do. I just think it's Pikachu.
I think Charizard is definitely up there. Because Charizard was a big deal. I remember Charizard being a big deal even when I didn't play the game. So Pikachu, Charizard. I'm going to go ahead and say Mew/Mewtwo because people love Mewtwo.
I disagree, but I mean, I think it's like
What's
right now
one?
Pokemon Go is having its moment. So a lot of the Pokemon are, rising in rank in terms of like notability. People are making jokes with Pokemon names or whatever. So it's different, but I think like a year ago, if you would have been like, which Pokemon are like that people would know, if you said something and someone said, oh, that's a Pokemon, what would be the number one thing? Like, what would be the recognizable name? And it would be Pikachu. And honestly, like, I don't think anything else. I think like Pikachu is like the number one Pokemon. Well,
I will tell you the thems in my actually they're the who's because they're around all the time and I don't understand it. The Dodrios in my neighborhood are the who's, the biggest who's in my neighborhood because they're all over the place. They are all over the place. And the
what
Rattatas.
About the Zubats? They're everywhere.
Oh, Zubats. So the Dodrios, the Zubats, and the Rattata. Actually, let's just say the Dodrio and the Zubats are the Charlotte McKinneys and the Haley Baldwins of most neighborhoods, I would say, in America.
Oh my God, you cannot get rid of them. They are everywhere.
They're everywhere. And let's say the Rattatas are Bella Thorns. No, Pidgeys, because they're red tinted.
It's like everywhere I go, I'm like, Pidgeys, Rattatas, fucking not Mewtwo's, the Doduos, Duododus?
They're the who's. Dodrios.
They're just
Doduos.
Everywhere. You can't get rid of them. Yeah. So they're definitely the who's. And, them is like Pikachu, essentially. And
I hope that answered your question. I hope. It probably didn't.
I mean, it definitely answered a question, which is the question being,
do we know about Pokemon?
We're back now with something that may explain any odd behavior you've seen on the streets recently. The smash hit mobile game app Pokemon Go has only been out for a few days, but it's already got millions following their smartphones to the most random places, and police fear possibly into harm's way. NBC's Jolene Kent has more.
So we're going to go to the next call.
Hey, guys. Saw you in Brooklyn last night. Great show. More importantly, I was logging into the Daily Mail just to get my fix before I went to bed. And I noticed this headline that just kind of stopped me in my tracks. It says, Leo's ladies, Doutzen Kroes struggles to maintain her modesty in slinky gown as Lily Donaldson shows too much as they lead stars at DiCaprio's glitzy fundraiser. Followed by, I guess, some photos of this so-called Doutzen Kroes kind of covering her modesty as her dress billows in the wind. So my question is, who is Doutzen Kroes? I'm hoping, it kind of sounds like she may travel in the same circles as like a Ho-Fit Golan or a Who-Fit Golan, if you will. But I'm not sure, and I'm hoping you can enlighten me. One last thing I want to point out is that a bullet in the article says last year's event included George Clooney, Steven Spielberg, Kate Blanchett, and Reese Witherspoon, and Reese is spelled R-E-E-C-E. And I'm not sure if that's because the Daily Mail is trying to force Reese Witherspoon into Whodom, or it was an innocent, honest mistake. This was posted 20 hours ago and it hasn't been corrected, so I'm not sure what to think about that. Anyway, thanks so much, and great form, Bella Thorne.
I gotta say, this caller...
That's an amazing call. That caller gets an A+.
This caller not only gets us, but called back again to, like, stress the severity of him needing to know who Doutzen Kroes was. So I apologize that it took a little while for us to get to your call, but we're here for you.
Yeah, we're here for you. Just like Doutzen Kroes is here for all of us.
So Doutzen Kroes, the reason why her name is unfamiliar is because she's Dutch.
Yes.
So she's Dutch. And she is a very successful model in Dutch in Netherlands. She actually, I was looking her up, and I was expecting kind of like a Charlotte McKinney situation, but no. Kroes is one of the top 5 best paid models. She makes like a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
She came in second on like the top earning models list after Giselle. So she essentially is like extremely successful model. Or whatever. So I feel like you've probably seen her, even though
she's been on the cover of Vogue a lot. Like she's A-list model.
She's
but
A-list
she's also
model.
kind of past her prime because she's 31. So
she's also like unrecognizable as like she just looks very, like a model, typical.
Yeah, she looks like a model. She also looks like someone that Leonardo DiCaprio would date if she were 5 years younger.
Well, it's funny because she's not, like, it said Leo's girl, but they didn't mean, like, his girlfriend. They meant, like, at his party because she and a bunch of, like, models went to his, like, charity party. And the best is at the bottom of this article, which the headline is, Doutzen Kroes leaves her rock-hard abs bare in a teeny peach bikini as she cuddles up to husband Sunnery James in Ibiza. Then further down, we'll get to Sunnery James in a minute. Further down, there's a picture of her and 4 other girls, and it says, Squad, : last week, the pretty blonde center helped Leonardo DiCaprio raise awareness with models from left, Constance Jablonski, Joan Smalls, Lily Donaldson, and Anya Rubik. And I'm like, who? So she's not dating him. She is married to a man named Sunnery James.
Who is Sunnery James? Tell me all about him.
I wish I could tell you. I'm going to have to click his name.
I'm going to assume that he's very rich.
I don't know.
Because now Doutzen is known for a lot of charity work. So in addition to modeling, she still models, but she does a lot of charity work. And
but she's also rich too.
Yeah,
she's rich.
But being European, she does a lot of. I think it helps whenever you're European to do charity work because generally, like, Europeans tend to know more languages. She does a lot of traveling around the world and like, she does a lot of African charity work, specifically elephants. She's very into saving the elephants. I was looking through her Twitter earlier today, and there was she doesn't tweet often, just a couple times a month, and she tweeted some photos that are, beautiful photos, but she's in Kenya, and it says, at Glamour Mag followed me and my family as we traveled to save the elephants in Kenya. And it's just her posing next to some plane that looks like it's from World War II, and her kids are all, around her, and she's like, spin those wings, turn on those propellers, or whatever. It's like out of another world.
So I Googled her husband to try and figure out what he does, and I got to his Twitter, and it seems as though he's a musician, and his latest song that he's promoting is called Horny Bounce.
Horny Bounce?
Horny Bounce. Horny Bounce.
Hmm.
Horny Bounce.
Horny Bounce. So it's...
Horny Bounce.
Horny bounce.
So I think she's the breadwinner in this family.
She's the breadwinner. I thought that she would have like a even wealthier husband because she does so much philanthropic work. But I guess she makes enough money to do
because
that.
you are subscribing to the patriarchy, assuming that she didn't make her own money.
No, Lindsay. I knew she made her own money, but it seemed like she was giving away more than she makes. But I guess she just makes more than I assumed.
Sunnery James is a part of a DJ duo with this guy named Ryan Marciano, and they have songs. And I'm going to play for you the Horny Bounce on this episode, so stay tuned for that.
Yes. Can I just say there's a very strange website called Moozul.com that tries to give you, I guess it must all be aggregating things automatically with like some sort of code that it uses, because it's almost incomprehensible and reads like a computer wrote it, because a computer probably did write it, but it tries to just pull in as many facts as it can about celebrities. And it says quick personal facts about Sunnery Jones: origin, Washington, United States; birth date, March 29th, 1979; estimated net worth $1 million; salary not available; nickname Sunnery Gore; love life, wife Doutzen Kroes; favorite brand iPhone 4S. Favorite brand.
Honestly, like that's also my favorite brand.
His favorite brand is iPhone 4S, and he is a DJ.
How do you even? Oh, geez. Wow. Yeah, I think that's really it. You went deep.
And we've got 2 more calls. Let's do the first one.
Hey, Bobby and Lindsay, it's Megan. And Megan. In New York. We're calling. We each have a question for you. So my question is, I was really surprised when I heard that the Internet's boyfriend, Tom Hiddleston, is a who. And I was wondering which other of the Internet's boyfriends are who's and which ones are thems. Like, for example, I guess Oscar Isaac is a them, but is Rami Malek a who? So if you could please explain.
And my question is, I heard Mariah Carey is going to have a reality show, and there's going to be something involving a dolphin. Can you please explain that? And Bobby, good form, Bella Thorne.
Is a dolphin a who? Thank you. We love you. Bye.
Oh my god. I didn't know that the dolphin was going to be on the on the new show, but I do remember that she she recently met a dolphin that what was his name? I just looked at Osborne. She just looked at this dolphin, Osborne, and was talking about how much she loved this dolphin. I did not know it was going to be on the series. But she kind of jokingly called the dolphin her best friend.
It's a reality show. It's a reality show. Honestly, if anyone can speak the language of Mariah Carey, it's probably a dolphin, you know? Like, if anyone can really relate, it's a dolphin. I'm really excited for her reality show. It really is going to be something, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna play the actual audio, but the line she says in the clip is, "I made my new best friend in the world. His name is Osborne. He's a dolphin. He's fabulous."
And I made my new best friend in the world. His name is Osborne. He's a dolphin. He's fabulous.
We'll play the music. But to answer your questions, I would say, first of all, there's only one other person I would add to the list of the Internet's boyfriends. So Tom Hiddleston, Oscar Isaac, current ones. If we're talking this particular snapshot in time, Tom Hiddleston, Rami Malek, Oscar Isaac. I would add Idris Elba, because Idris Elba is kind of always an internet boyfriend. Yes. Everyone loves to love Idris Elba. People love Idris Elba. Can you think of anyone else, Lindsay?
Yeah, well, I was Googling a little bit to see who was considered, and this is someone who comes up a lot, is Sebastian Stan.
Oh, right. I always forget about him.
Yeah, he's also like considered to be like an internet boyfriend. He's a who, but it's weird. He's had some good roles. So he's like not, you would like maybe know his face, but he's a who, I think.
Yeah.
So these are the internet boyfriends. How would you define, like what makes somebody an internet boyfriend? What would you say?
What makes someone an internet boyfriend? I think it's someone who has, number one, they have to be really good actors for, like, of course they have to be hot. They have to be hot, number one. That's a given. They're celebrities. They're famous. We want our celebrities to be hotter than we are, and unattainable.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, I think they actually have to be really good actors. They have to be respected at their job, because you want that combination of, oh, and he's so talented too. You know, like, you want that along with he's so hot, because like Scott Eastwood could never be an internet boyfriend because seems like a dope. You want them to be like smart and talented, or you want them to appear to be those things.
Can I argue, though, that what's more important for an internet boyfriend is like the guise of authenticity? Like, you want them to feel like they're real. Like, you want...
well, yeah, that was next up.
Yeah.
That was next up. Yeah.
You want them to feel like they like break through in some way. I mean, so I'm reading, I have open this great piece on The Cut called How the Internet Picks Its Boyfriends. And a little further down, the writer writes, usually it's a man with enough mystery to keep these projections of desire from puncturing, but enough charm that his popularity was merely a matter of timing. Usually it's somebody surrounded by an aura of authenticity. So it's true. It's like the concept that they could maybe date you is very important, because they might have weird taste, or maybe they're not as conventionally attractive as other like hunks, you know? And especially in the case of like Rami Malek and Oscar Isaac. I mean, they're both extremely attractive, but definitely in ways that don't feel like the Hemsworth brothers.
Right. They don't feel like Hemsworths is exactly right.
Right.
They feel like the hot guy you knew in college that was in all your classes and was really nice to you.
It also feels like something where if you liked one of them, you're part of a community of people, like a smaller community of people, even though they're very popular usually. Like, if you are a Benedict Cumberbatch fan, there are these Benedict Cumberbatch fans that you could like go hang out with and talk to, essentially, and that feels like a little bit separate from the rest of celebrity, you know?
If Benedict Cumberbatch were famous in 1998, you would be on the Benedict Cumberbatch message board all the time. Like,
totally. Well, now you're on. Well, now you're on Tumblr.
Now you're on Tumblr.
The equivalent.
So let's go through them and declare whether or not they are who's of them. So we said Idris was a them. Sebastian was a who.
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston we said was a who. It was a controversial call, but it's true.
I think so.
Yes, he's a who.
I think Benedict Cumberbatch is a them, though. Honestly.
Benedict is a them. Tom is a who. I would agree with the caller that Rami Malek is a who and Oscar Isaac is a them. Oscar Isaac is a very new them.
He's the them.
But you know who the next internet boyfriend's gonna be?
Who?
When the new Star Wars comes out?
Alden
Ehrenreich.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know who else is on this list who's definitely a them? Tom Hardy. But he's also, and I think he's on this list because of his like dogs. Like he's got like a weird personality.
Yeah, but you know what? Like Tom Hardy, I've seen, because I also looked at lists of people calling internet boyfriends, and I saw two that I disagreed with. One was Tom Hardy. I disagree with Tom Hardy because I think Tom Hardy's more of like an internet one night stand.
Come
on. I don't think anyone actually wants to be boyfriends with Tom Hardy. I think he's way too weird. He's too like openly strange.
He's too strange. I mean, remember his like MySpace photos, and everyone saw them and was like, "Oh my god!"
And I think he'd be really like too intense. Another one that I disagreed with was Chris Evans. Chris Evans, I think, matches a lot of things, but I don't think a lot of the check boxes he has checked off. But I think he lacks the authenticity. I don't think we really knew anything about him. We just thought he was nice and hot, and that's about it. And when he started dating Jenny Slate, there was an element to, that could have been me, because Jenny Slate is a lower tier celebrity.
We don't
really know much about him.
I don't really think that he is internet's boyfriend.
He doesn't put himself out there in a way that, like Idris Elba is very thirsty for attention from fans, to like be seen as cool and nice. Have you ever seen his Instagrams, like where he draws a lot?
No.
He loves showing up his artistic ability.
No.
Chris Evans isn't out there.
You know who else is an internet boyfriend right now who is we've discussed their who them dumb is Lin-Manuel Miranda.
He absolutely is one. You're right. Wow. That's really good. He's near the top of the list too.
Yeah, he's probably like the number one internet's boyfriend right now.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Which is interesting because it'll be interesting to see what happens with him with Mary Poppins, because like he'll do like a movie and he'll be like a movie star, and we'll like see how that happens. Like if people just like want him to be the musical person he is, or if we're willing to like let him go beyond. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
people
I
are
know
picky.
exactly
They want their people to do what they do best. They want their people to do what they think they do best.
Yeah. The internet boyfriends are held to a higher standard, and you never want to disappoint the legions of fans who think you're their boyfriend.
And there's an element of like 2016ness where like you also have to be slightly woke, but you can't be too woke because then you become Matt McGorry or whatever, and that sucks. So
Jesse Williams, internet boyfriend.
Oh, he's an internet boyfriend, totally.
Yeah, he's also. Would you call him a who or a them? I'd probably call him a who.
It's unfortunate. The reason why I would call him a who
should be a them.
Well, the reason why I would call him a who is because his name is so indistinguishable. Like he as a person, like he's extremely attractive, like very personable. If you like knew who he was, you knew who he was. But the name Jesse Williams is difficult to remember. I'm sorry. It could be
Jesse
anyone.
Williams could be your neighbor.
Yes.
Oh, my neighbor Jesse Williams.
So for me, that's really hard to get over.
Yeah.
Honestly, like it's really hard. Like a name like Chris Evans is equally
And that's
forgettable.
why I don't think he's that. I mean, he's not one of them. Benedict Cumberbatch, Idris Elba, Rami Malek, Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac is such a good name.
It's such a good name. You took two old people names and made one young person name. Oh, I can't.
Alden's name is difficult, but whatever. We'll see if he becomes internet boyfriend. Let's move on.
Alden Ehrenreich, is that what you
Ehrenreich.
say?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We'll see. We'll
Playing
see.
now. New call.
Hey, Who Weekly. This is Sadie. I'm from Northern Virginia. I recently started seeing on the Daily Mail Nicola Peltz. I just was wondering, I know she was in the Transformers movie. Is she a who? Is she a them? What's her situation? I know that one amazing blog, Pop Culture Died in 2009, is they're pretty funny. But anyway, keep up the great work, and I love the podcast. Bye.
Nicola Peltz is. I mean, we're really keeping a theme here. I guess we're spanning quite an age range, but Nicola Peltz she's a Haley Baldwin character, but a more successful actress. So
she's
if Haley
like
Baldwin,
a successful actress. She like does stuff.
If Haley Baldwin were a successful actress, she would be Nicola Peltz. But she was in the whole first maybe 2 seasons of. She was a lead role in Bates Motel, that A&E show that my sister is upset. My sister loves Bates Motel and always tries to get me to watch it. She said it's bonkers and said it's so funny. I might, because I'm kind of interested. I love Vera Farmiga. Anyway, so
that's the thing. Vera Farmiga could make it.
Yeah, because she's like apparently off the rails in that show. Transformers, she was in that Transformers reboot, The Age of Extinction, a couple years ago, and that was her big break. So she's been in blockbuster movies. She was in that M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Last Airbender, that didn't do well, but still I think wasn't technically a flop.
No,
even though everyone hated it. It
Well,
made money. And she was rumored to be with Justin Bieber recently, but I don't think that's still going on.
Yeah, there was a exclusive Us Weekly headline a few weeks ago that said Justin Bieber and Nicola Peltz are having a sleepover at his Beverly Hills home. So apparently they were, caught leaving or coming or whatever, something, and so they were hanging out.
And she is isn't she friends with Haley Duff as well? Like they hang out.
Haley Duff?
Haley Baldwin. Oh my God, the wires crossed.
I guess. I don't know. I think it's really funny. Probably the hooiest thing that she's done recently is that she appeared in Zayn Malik's music video for It's You, which I find extremely hooey and very like part of that world that she maybe shouldn't like go into if she's like trying to be an actress, which seems like she is doing fine with.
Yeah.
Right? Question mark?
Right. Maybe they're just friends and it was like a quick buck, whatever. So one more thing I wanted to mention about Nicola Peltz, which is, I think, a great way to end this conversation, is that if you look through Nicola Peltz's Instagram and scroll through the sort of barrage of bikini selfies that will be coming at you as you flip through, you will notice suddenly, a few rows down, the appearance of one of our favorite Who's, James King.
Oh my God.
And Nicola's posing alongside Jamie King and, arms draped around her with Jamie King's baby. And it's really Jamie King's friendship with younger women in Hollywood. All of Jamie King's friends appear to be 10 years younger than she is, at least.
I mean,
and there's something a little, this could be rude, and I could be, I might get some angry comments about this, but I told Lindsay earlier, reminds me of a Sanderson sister in that it seems like she's just trying to suck up this kind of youthful energy and youthful media attention from younger hot models.
It's will weird. Say it is sus and a little bit uncomfortable that Jamie King's best friend in the whole world is Taylor Swift. Because Jamie King has 2 kids and a husband and is kind of like living her life in a very different way than Taylor Swift is. And like, it is very weird. And she does have a lot of friendships with like younger hers, kind of like younger. I mean,
it really is. Imagine who would it be? Who's like a 35-year-old actress? Imagine if I can't think of any actresses at all.
Like, imagine if Jennifer Aniston was like hanging out with her BFF Chloe Grace Moretz at the beach. You'd be like, this is weird.
But not just Chloe Grace Moretz, and also Haley Steinfeld, and also Zendaya.
Yeah.
And also, if all of your friends were over 10 years younger than you, that's weird. That's all I wanted to say. I think it's weird.
And Jennifer Aniston's like, with my girls, love my girls, smart waters with my girls.
Fill the sky, bring the little brats to die.
Come, little children, I'll take thee away into a land of enchantment. Come, little children, the time's come to play here in my garden of magic.
I have one more thing for you. If you go into the doc, click the first tweet and then the second tweet. And I feel like you might be a fan of Nicola Peltz after you click these links one by one.
Okay, the first tweet. And the Best Sister Award goes to me. Thank you. And the first, oh my God, it's a screen grab of a text conversation. And it's her, I guess her brother says, "Can you make me an egg wrap?" And Nicola says, "Course, heart." And then the brother says, "Heart, heart, heart, heart." Okay, the next tweet. But her tweet said, "And the Best Sister Award goes to me."
Wait, the next tweet is so good.
The next tweet is a photo of the egg wrap. Wait. Yes, I love Nicola Peltz.
Wait, describe the egg wrap.
The egg wrap is made with what looks to be a whole wheat large burrito-sized wrap. So it's probably, I mean, looking at this is not flour. This is not corn. This is made up of very healthy shit.
You're going too in depth like usual.
And the egg is only egg. There's no cheese. There doesn't even appear to be any pepper. It's just egg.
It's just egg salad.
It's like, but it's not egg salad. It doesn't have mayo.
No, it has mayo. It looks like egg salad.
Lindsay, that is just scrambled egg that she put inside the tortilla.
Honestly, oh my God, you're right. I thought it was egg salad. I love this egg wrap. Anyways, I thought you would find that fun.
I love that.
Yeah.
Nicola Peltz seems great.
She seems great, honestly.
Just stay away from Jamie King. Jamie King needs to grow up.
Ooh, low blow to Jamie King.
I don't know. It's that.
She's everywhere also. Like, get out of here.
It's weird. Whatever. Maybe I shouldn't have brought it up, but I think it's weird.
No, it's
fair.
Are we done? Yeah, for sure. I'm going to go make myself some scrambled eggs in a wrap.
In a gluten-free, dairy-free, GMO-free, wheat-free, everything-free wrap. So, thank you to all of our callers. There are so many good callers. What else is there to thank? Who else is there to thank?
God.
You? Thank you, Lindsay, for being here this morning.
Oh my God, you're so welcome. Thank you for thanking me. I never get thanked.
Oh. And that's it. So I guess we're going to see you next week. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
You will dream it.
Yo, they want to know.
Hey,
Neil.
hey,
Neil.
hey. I want to be famous.
So the Dodrios, the Zubats, and the Rattata. Actually, let's just say the Dodrio and the Zubats are the Charlotte McKinneys and the Haley Baldwins of most neighborhoods, I would say, in America.